going. Keep going.
More exercise.
From his base in Giraffe, another owner-driver, Johnny Dowell, is going to great pains to hook up his road train right.
Make sure the handle doesn't snap back shut.
53-year-old Johnny has driven big rigs for 30 years in the remote northwest. It's cruel country to be a trucker.
You wouldn't want to get stuck out there. I normally prepare myself with plenty of tucker and plenty of water, and if that doesn't work, you just get under a tree and squat down and howl.
On this job, Johnny's hauling house frames.
I think one's a 5-bedroom, one's a 3-bedroom, bit of structural steel.
Stacks of uneven steel makes for difficult freight. It slides easily, working loose on the smoothest of roads.
You pull up and you'll see things have moved. Get out, give it another snog up, and you just got to keep an eye on it all the time.
The last 350 kilometres are up the infamous Tanamite track, taking him past the equally infamous Wolf Creek Crater.
I made a movie there. There was a nasty bastard out there called Mick Taylor. I'll see if he's still there. Mick Taylor! We're going to put walls on first, which will be these big square bits.
But Johnny's first challenge is loading.
Go in this end a bit.
9 tonnes of uneven steel is an awkward jigsaw puzzle.
What we try and do is get all the flat steel on the floor of the trailer, try and make a platform so all the heavy stuff's on the bottom. That end's got to go in a bit.
The hardest fit are the A-frames.
You can't really sit them on anything because they'll end up rubbing a hole through something else. Side chip.
He thinks he's got it.
That'll do.
Now to try and hold it in place.
Probably here tying shit on for a while anyway.
It's a big job, calling for 300 metres of straps.
Just tie everything on with rope once. Yeah, these are one of the best inventions ever. They look like they're glued on really good, don't they? But they'll try to escape. That's it.
With the job done, there's only one place Johnny's going now.
Wake me up when we get there.
For tomorrow's road, he'll need all the rest he can get. In Giraffe, it's departure day for Johnny Dowell and his double road train of housing steel. This part of Australia is a mining hub with some very big trucks on the road. The only way of knowing if one's around the corner is over the radio.
Northbound 218 metres, mate.
Oh, wait, mate, I'll pull up and make some room.
Yeah.
They'll have anything between 50 and 100 tonnes sitting on the truck, so you let them have everything. Yeah, you don't really want to run into one of those.
Back on the road, and Johnny gets another urgent message.
Flapping around here, the last of your tyres.
I've got one strap coming loose by the sound of it. It's flapping around like that. If it's long enough and it gets in the wheel, then the wheel grabs hold of it. It'll probably rip the strap off. Well, this one here looks a bit loose. That doesn't look right, does it?
Johnny's only 2 hours into his run.
That's broken. Snap clean off.
On smooth bitumen, he's already breaking straps.
Bit short now.
It's not looking good for the rough dirt ahead. Straps are the only thing keeping the load on Johnny's truck. Lose too many, and a 5-bedroom house could slide off his trailer. All he can do is replace it and pray he doesn't break any more.
This is on the lovely part of the road. How are we going to go when we get out there?
With time lost fixing his load, Johnny's deadline is entering his thoughts.
I've got to be in Melgo by 12 o'clock tomorrow because they've booked the machine to unload it.
He needs to get a push on. But not everyone appreciates his urgency.
They come out and scare the shitters out of everybody using shortage of them. One way or the other, this car better get out of my way. I don't know what I'll be saying. Oh, this truck out this bloke's ass. Northbound road train approaching the mini bridge. Load still hanging in.
After a lot of hard driving, he's made it to the start of the dirt.
This is a Tanami. Let a bit of air out of the tyres. Have a look at everything to make sure it's on good. Take a deep breath and go for it.
Johnny has now covered more than 80% of his drive, but the short stretch ahead has him the most worried.
This 350 will take longer than that 850 probably.
Letting down his tyres will soften the impact from the violent bumps ahead.
It takes all the jar out of everything.
One final check, and he's committed. The Tanami comes out swinging. Johnny knows his load is getting battered.
It's continuous wriggling.
But with all the dust, he can only imagine the damage.
I can't see properly.
With no wind to blow it away, it's hiding half of his road train. Corrugations are hammering his load. He can't see if it's holding together.
I'll get out and have a look. I reckon there'll be more movement in the camp by now. Yeah, see, this is starting to try and escape already. Look at that. That one's broken, is it? Loose one.
It's a depressing sight, especially so early on the dirt.
I'll probably only done 20 Ks out of 350.
Johnny's only brought 20 spare straps with him.
Two broken. At this rate, after 20 Ks, I don't know if I'm going to have 100.
Further back, the news doesn't get any better.
See that? Working its way back out. Well, it'll rub that strap, and that one there will probably eventually rub through and snap.
The day is wasting away.
This might be one of those jobs where you wish you were getting paid by the hour. It's not looking good up here. It's going to be a problem.
With over 300 kilometres still to run, Johnny's delivery deadline of midday tomorrow is looking shaky.
Can't help wondering what's going on back there. There's going to be more movement in the camp by now. I've done another 20 Ks. Done 1/20th of the trip. That one up there is going AWOL. It used to be in line like that one there. Now it's going sideways.
Johnny's load is on the move, in a bad way.
This is a nice trailer. That was a naughty trailer.
Constant jarring from the road is inching the frames out from underneath the straps. And on the part of the load that's holding, sharp steel edges are shearing through the straps.
See that one there starting to get ready to chew into there?
The shifting load is now starting to overhang the truck.
Like I got the oversized sign on, it's getting more and more oversized as I go. That's why I'm stopping every 20 Ks. Thinking, this is going to get worse.
In the middle of nowhere, Johnny can't restack the frames himself. He has little choice but to keep going. Time spent fixing his load has cost Johnny dearly. If all had gone well, he could have made Balgo today. But now night is falling, and he's still got 200 kilometres to go.
Just doesn't look like we're going to make it, so we're going to pull over wherever we can, because I don't want to be driving in the dark where I can't see down the side of the truck what's going on back there, so we'll find somewhere to get off the road and call it a night.
As Johnny stops for the night, the bad news gets worse.
Yeah, that thing shit itself and fell all the way back now.
The load has shifted even further. Johnny has 6 hours tomorrow to try and nurse his load into Balgo.
Because they're not going to stay where they are, that's for sure.
But the way this load is moving, he'll be lucky if it gets in at all.
If people want to understand what stress is, I invite them. Come and step into my shoes for 2 weeks.
That hurt.
Live how I live for 2 weeks.
Thanks. I need these right now.
Do what I do.
Get in there.
Turbo's been on the road for over a month now. He's desperate to see his family, but he can't scrape a load together to pay his way home.
My way of coping with it is to be a nut job.
Look, a starfish. See? Starfish. It don't look like they're coming to get me.
Back in Perth, Turbo's finally found a customer. She's moving house.
Leg go down, leg go up. Leg go down, leg go up.
But all of her gear doesn't pile up to much. As a one-man, one-truck business, the pressure's always on
Really gentle, mate.
to take whatever job comes up. And right now, Turbo needs all the work he can scrounge.
What?
A recent back injury has kept him off the road for 6 weeks.
Every time that wheel doesn't turn, it costs a couple of $1,000. Those wheels turn, they make money.
Turbo's back's still far from 100%. But he can't afford to rest up. He's just got wind of a load up the coast in Geraldton. It's an 860-kilometre detour, but if it pays off, it could be his ticket home.
It feels good after a couple of months out, but at this stage I can't relax yet. I can't let my guard down.
But on the open road, disaster lurks around every corner.
Back it out. Sparks flying out from under this trailer. Something's going on, mate. Back it down, eh? Give us a moment.
As I'm driving along, it felt like something hit the wheel. I felt a tug in the trailer. I've looked in the mirror and I've just seen sparks literally flying everywhere. Straight away, that's telling me I've got an issue. Major issue. All I need right now.
Clues to what happened lie 400 metres back up the road. A massive steel box welded onto Turbo's trailer has broken free, hitting the highway like a bomb.
That's how much impact there was.
It's smashed open, hurling its contents hundreds of metres along the road.
There's at least 10 grand's worth of gear laying here on the road and shit all over the road. That's... I need this right now. And God knows what gear I've actually lost. I am absolutely pissed off. My gut is turning. That's how I feel.
Turbo's got a big job cleaning up the damage.
So now I've got to gather it all up. Somehow I've got to drag 1.5 tons of gear back up the road.
But suddenly, he needs to act quickly. Another truck's coming.
Yeah, take care here northbound and just come over the ridge, eh?
And Turbo's radio isn't working.
Yeah, northbound and just watch it, eh? Back it down, mate, back it down. We've got shit all over the road here.
If the truck collides with this mess, it could set off a far bigger accident.
Just run over me gear, it's all right, Ed. Too bad if I was on the road. Mate.
With no way of alerting passing trucks, Turbo needs to clear the road fast. But this is no small job.
Probably about 5 o'clock in the morning by the time I get to Geraldton and get to bed. Oh, let's just turn this into a long night. Well, that's the last.
Back at his truck, there's more work to do.
That there is the whole frame. This part here, this flat bar, should actually be pointing downwards. It hasn't been welded on there properly.
The flying toolbox has also made its mark on Turbo's trailer.
That K and a half, it's already scrubbed that tyre out. I gotta pry that off of there. At least get it off enough. So it's not gonna that tyre.
To make matters worse, the clean-up job is taking its toll on Turbo's sore back. But it's the impact on his bank balance that hurts the most.
At a rough estimate, there's probably 8 to 10 grand's worth of gear that was sitting in that box. I've probably recovered 5 grand of it, say 3 or 4 grand that's belongs to the wilderness now.
Making money out of this journey has just taken a U-turn into the red.
Heap of shit! Don't need this right now.
Come around, go past.
You've reached your destination.
Yeah, where?
Mate, I'm picking up a side tipper and a prime mover at your place. I'm just trying to find out where you are exactly.
So it's inside the toll yard. It'll be on the front fence in the grassed area there to the right-hand side.
Now it's time to focus on putting the rest of his load together. Going on the truck, another rig, and its trailer. But it isn't as straightforward as it might seem. Somehow, Turbo must fit everything around the car and furniture he already picked up in Perth.
I can't see crap, mate. How much room have I got at the back? I've still got to be able to get my ramps up. It's all right, it's only plastic.
Now for the trailer.
That's the edge. Keep going like that. Put the dolly lock in.
But Turbo may have bitten off more than he can chew.
How close is that?
He's using every inch of his trailer, and he still hasn't got the car on.
It's not mine. Yeah, I'll get it on. And you know what that means too, don't you? That means that's a challenge.
Even minus the dolly trailer, it's going to be tight.
I'll get it on, trust me.
Centimetre perfect. Finally, Turbo can head for home, 4,700 kilometres away. His journey has just begun.
Beautiful! It's all inside, nice and even. Great teamwork.
At $2,000 for a top-up, it's a big drain on tight finances.
Oh, heap of
Suddenly, there's more bad news.
I just blew a clutch. That's not good.
It's yet another blow. He must get his old truck moving. The fix is textbook Turbo.
Thank you.
force the truck into gear as he fires up the engine. Now he's in gear, he'll be able to move. But a busted clutch means a whole new driving style.
I've actually got to turn the truck off every time I want to put it in the gear now.
On top of his destroyed toolbox, Turbo's now looking at a $2,500 bill for a new clutch. Money he can't spare.
Now that's just basically eating into my profits.
All Turbo can do is hit the road and wait for his luck to turn, which may take a bit longer yet.
And how am I supposed to eat that? Yeah, I think that'll be a later thing. God, I can't even get it off my hands now.
Further down the road, Turbo's fortunes still haven't changed, but the winds have.
And just bang out of nowhere, it was just like a mini cyclone hit me.
Gale force winds have suddenly sprung up. Turbo's driving straight into them.
With this headwind, it's playing absolute havoc. It's grabbing me and it's just slamming me.
His fuel consumption is blowing out.
I would probably, at the moment, average 500 metres to a litre. I have no fuel economy.
And his tarpaulin is blowing loose.
The biggest thing that's causing the drama, inside this tipper, the whole top of it's open. So the wind's just going straight inside the bin and it's just acting like a big parachute. It's not the first time I've faced tornado-like conditions, especially sort of when we get out towards the Nullarbor there.
Turbo faces a long and winding road home. At any moment, this wind could blow him right over.
It's just playing havoc. It's grabbed me and literally slammed me straight off the road.
We got to get this freight loaded, got to get it to Darwin. The wet season started, we got storms all around.
Outback legend Steve Graham has won a time-critical job, hauling 2 trailers of building supplies into the storm. If that wasn't hard enough, recent rain has cut off the only road into Wadeye. Delivering the house now means going in by barge.
We've got no chance of getting there via road. Everything's blocked at the moment. So this barge is our only hope.
House-moving specialists Ross McClellan and Jerry Coo will take the house on the final leg into Wadeye.
Load the building and then head off around the barge.
Their job to guide the house over the last 300 kilometres of land and sea.
Something happens at a runway, it's going to cost them a lot of dollars to hold the barge up.
At $10,000 a day, Slick can't run late. And the time pressure doesn't end there. Christmas is now less than 2 weeks away.
You know, Slick likes being home for Christmas, and this is a big ask. It's tight. This is really tight.
Time to hit the road.
Slick's on a knife edge. The smallest delay could blow this job out of the water, landing him in trouble at work and at home.
In all my transport career, I've always been home for Christmas. I always make sure I'm home for Christmas. I've made a promise to my wife and I've made it up till now. Maybe not this year.
Northern Australia is heading into the wettest time of the year.
I reckon, but going by that cloud cover, there's going to be some storms tonight.
Cop a tropical downpour, and Slick's schedule could be thrown into chaos.
If it rains further up the road tonight and the flash floodings, it could put me behind.
Day, and Slick is near the finishing line.
We're about 5 minutes away from the yard in Darwin.
He's made it on time. But now for the unload.
Hey, Slick.
How you going, Roscoe?
Good, mate. See you again.
Yeah, all right. All right, there you go. What are we doing?
We've got a crane coming in an hour and a half to take the 2 containers off.
Okay, yeah.
And then we've got to unload that back trailer.
Once this freight is off his truck, he can load up for the return leg, heading home in time for Christmas. Job done.
She's ready to go, virtually.
But then, word from the boss, Steve Graham.
His concern is that he won't get it done in 6 hours and get back on the barge that night.
Yeah. And like I said, I won't be home for Christmas.
Look, I'll fly up there and do it, mate.
No, don't.
Because I know I can leave Darwin at midday on Monday and be home on Christmas Eve. I know that. It's a hard to do, but it's no harder than what you've done in the past, mate.
Whatever you want. No, we'll sort it out when it happens. Oh, well, now they're thinking about maybe I should go on the barge as well.
This will delay Slick's departure by over 2 days.
Bit of a sore point at the moment.
His dream of a Christmas at home is heading straight for the rocks. The responsibility for this load is now shifting to Jerry and Ross. They'll deliver the house. And they're in for some heavy lifting.
We'll jack the house up about a metre off the ground.
All right, there we go.
After loading the 26-ton house,
Beautiful.
it's onto the barge. Then travel 300 kilometres down the coast to be unloaded at a site neither Jerry nor Ross have ever seen. Next, Slick loads his trailer. The fate of this job is now out of his hands.
Not there, mate.
Well, if there's any delay with the barge, I don't get my trailer. I lose my spot in loading, and I don't want to miss Christmas for anything. It's family.
5 hours later, barge skipper Nico decides the tide is high enough to head off.
We're going to depart at 2000 hours tonight and hopefully be there by lunchtime tomorrow at the very latest. That's all going well with the weather and tides and so forth.
Doors up, mate, doors up.
All right, we're going to get into it now, mate. We're going to make this boat rattle.
With storms, strong tides and a tight deadline, the pressure's on to make it safely into Wadair. Ross and Jerry are getting closer to making the ultimate home delivery.
We're heading out to an Aboriginal community called Wadair. The roads are all blocked, so we have to take it on the barge. No other choice.
The only way in is on high tide.
We're only just going to make it, mate. We're only just going to get in here.
Navigating the 5-metre tides takes precision timing.
The last part of our voyage here, coming up into the narrow part of the creek. And this is whether you make it or break it. If we miss the tide by 5 minutes, this is where you get stuck on all rocks and big gutters and everything underneath here. It's not very good for the boat. Welcome to Wadair.
Now it's the trucker's turn at the wheel.
Yeah, keep coming.
Jerry and Ross have an ample 8 hours to drive to site, unload the house and Slick's trailer and leave before the tide turns. But they're not home yet.
We've got 2 poles here to get through, and then we've got to wrap around this other building in front of us and get over in that back left-hand corner. So she's going to be tight.
I don't even think we'll get it in there.
No.
One too many power poles.
Yeah.
We'll give it a go, but...
While their experience is telling them it's mission impossible, they know time and tide won't wait. Precious hours are wasting away. To keep this job on budget, the barge needs to be heading back on the next high tide.
If we can't get this house in, it becomes a very costly exercise.
Time for Plan B.
Yeah, we're going to try and come in around the other way. We can get it this way, if not, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. We've got the nose in. There's this power pole behind on my left, on the opposite side of the street's the problem.
Not a chance. Nah, that's it.
Can't get it in.
That's what happens when you leave somebody else to do the site works.
Time is slowly slipping away, and we've got to get it done.
Jerry and Ross are hot, exhausted, and out of ideas.
If it didn't have these, then we would have been in.
Yeah.
At the barge landing, the tide has turned. In just 4 hours, the water will be deep enough for the barge to leave. Jerry's got a plan.
We can get a machine big enough to pull us across, pull it sideways.
I'll pull us over. Yeah, I'm with it. Okay.
Drag the house with a loader. Ross hits the phone, while Jerry gets them a few more centimetres. Using the loader to pull the trailer sideways is a last resort.
He's got to try and pull possibly 25, 26 tonne of building. It's a big ask, but it's our last hope of getting it in.
Success now depends on the strength of this 190 horsepower loader.
And backwards.
And this chain.
Keep going, keep going.
A 15-month-old Rothschild giraffe called Matundu. 3 days ago, he left New Zealand and Auckland Zoo. One of only 1,600 left on the planet. It's up to zookeeper Rob to ensure Matundu makes it on to the next leg of his journey.
This is special. If it goes wrong, you just can't go get another one. And so he's highly precious. He's very important to the breeding program.
One of the biggest dangers is stress, which can kill these sensitive animals. No one knows how this first-time traveller will cope. Is a risky 20-metre drop, straight down.
Mate, is this animal going to be spooked? When you're dropping your chains down the side, just don't bang and crash. Yeah, no, I'm going to try very much for that not to happen.
We probably will put it against the headboard.
Safely down. But zookeeper Rob is still worried about his new arrival.
If it's open, leave it open. Leave it open, then they poke their heads out. If they can see what's going on, they don't freak out too bad. But he's just frustrated. Who are these people? Things moving over his head. We just need to get on the road.
I'd say the giraffe would have got scared because it scared all of us.
At last, the giraffe convoy sets off, with 4 support vehicles, including power company workers and a team of zookeepers.
My main objective now is to get him to his new home as quick as possible. We're just hoping not to have any more rain, that's all. we're going to lose a bit of visibility, and we need to be able to see up on top of that crate, at least to get under these low bridges.
Mick's first headache is just outside the port.
We're approaching it now.
He has just 30 millimetres of clearance, and only if he picks the right line. The dead centre of the bridge.
You're going to be very tight. We're through. Happy days.
But around the next corner, another even tighter squeeze.
Down the end of this, there's some power lines these guys have got to check.
Yeah, mate, yep, okay. It looks a bit low. Mate, I reckon we're going to hit this one. I've got a feeling this is going to be a problem. That's friggin' low. Far out.
Mick's passenger is also checking out the power lines. And then Matundu does the unthinkable. Snacking on a power line could be fatal. Zookeeper Rob is on the scene fast.
You right, mate?
He grabbed hold of the telephone line.
A lucky escape. Just a telephone line.
He just bit a hole in it.
Matundu, which means the mischievous one, is living up to his name.
Got a real fright. Thank God it wasn't a power line, or it could have been all over. It doesn't take much and we've got problems. We're not out of the woods yet, obviously.
An hour in, and the giraffe convoy is almost out of the concrete jungle.
We're just on the outskirts of Sydney now, which is good because it's going to get a little easier from here. We're just trying not to jerk the truck around and make the rest of his trip a bit more comfortable.
But as they hit the open road, the weather closes in.
Visibility's down to probably 50 metres or less. We have to slow down in the fog, it's just no option. Because I need to keep an eye on that crate, make sure everything's intact.
Rather than risk the conditions, it's time for a break.
So we're just going to pull in here and have a bit of a spell. Go and have a look at our patient. Hey, dude. Hey, mate. I'm feeling a lot more relaxed this morning. It's been an eventful trip, and we're not finished just yet, because we're only just over halfway.
Outside the town of Berry, power company workers arrive to clear the path ahead.
I'm concerned about the time we're getting held up a bit.
The permit for this job only allows Mick to drive until 8 a.m. After that, he could be grounded for the rest of the day. Not good for Matundu's stress levels.
Really only got an hour and 10 minutes to get off the road. So I'm thinking at the moment we're going to blow out, because I didn't need this at all. But at this stage, I think we're going to bust. More delays. I didn't need this at all.
And Matundu's losing his patience too.
Our mate's moving around in the back at the moment. I can feel the truck moving. I think he's getting anxious too.
With the wires finally cleared, Mick's desperate to make the 8 a.m. deadline.
Righto, Pop, we'll see if we can make up a bit of time, mate. We got to keep pushing on, bud.
Yep.
But this fragile load needs a smooth ride.
These windy roads are slowing us up again. We're trying to make up some time, but we're not doing that well. I don't want to turn too sharp or anything to upset our passenger. So it's just, it is what it is. I'm hoping we don't get nailed. There it is, that's 8 o'clock.
Time's up. But taking an exhausted Giraffe off the road for 24 hours while Mick tries to get another permit isn't an option.
We're officially running hot.
He needs to buy some time from the traffic police.
Angus, Mick, mate.
There you go.
We're going to be, I don't know, maybe half an hour late or something.
I'll stop the northbound traffic, mate, so you get a run through.
Okay, thank you very much, mate. Bye-bye, Angus. That's for a good cause. A little bit of leniency. Who's going to pull over a giraffe?
But 3 days at sea and 5 hours on the road have taken their toll. Matundu has dropped out of sight.
Don't know what's going on here.
The zookeepers make an emergency stop.
Haven't seen him for the last 15 minutes.
Are we right?
He's just sitting down, but he's knackered like he is.
Is he?
Yeah.
Exhausted, but okay. For the time being.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. It's all good.
He's been really sleepy, and then he just went down. He's sort of bobbing, but we'll just get there now. He's exhausted.
Matundu may be tired, but lying down for too long is dangerous. It can send too much blood to the brain, causing a giraffe to faint and choke.
Hopefully he's going to stick it out to the end of the journey. I think everyone's going to be happy to close this job off, I think, including myself.
Up ahead, a narrow bridge, which could mean more delays.
We should see quite a few people on the Batemans Bay Bridge.
They're in luck. Police have stopped traffic.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
After 6 hours on the road, a welcome sight.
We've made it. We've made it.
It's been an exhausting 2,500 kilometre journey, but finally, his first steps on Australian soil. It's one of the most dangerous loads a truckie can carry. Constantly moving, high off the ground and with a mind of their own, sheep are unpredictable and unstable. Keeping the truck steady is essential. Rollovers are a constant threat.
If you hook into corners too hard or stuff like that, you know, like you'll have the risk of them going over it. And I've been very lucky, but I've seen it happen. I've seen a truck and crate go over. Yeah, animals have to get destroyed and, yeah, not good at all, you know.
With a third trailer hooked up, Joey's 37-metre road train is complete. It's 4 times the length of a London bus and can hold up to 800 sheep. On the ground, everything's good to go. But it's a different story above. The weather forecast is for rain. It's the last thing Joey needs.
The main thing is to get stuck. to get bogged somewhere.
If the skies open, his 43-tonne road train could sink like a stone into wet farmland.
That goes through the back of your mind if you're going in the bush in in stormy country, in stormy weather sort of thing.
In the loading area, the news isn't good. The ground is soaked.
That's bloody soft there.
While he's only got a small number of sheep, Joey's worried his 43-tonne truck could get bogged.
Well, we'll only have a couple hundred sheep on, but it's still, just don't want to get stuck. Yeah, it is soft there. And my bloody oath it is.
If he's to load up, he'll have to cross the wet ground.
Oh, we'll give it a go over there, and we haven't got a lot of sheep on, so we'll just give it a go.
Joey needs to reverse his 37-metre road train up to the shed door that's barely a metre wide. He must be centimetre perfect. And the soft ground's making manoeuvring a nightmare.
Thinking on how to get straight and how to get back, and you've got to have good steering to back this thing, and I can't get real good steering. You can't wriggle it all quick enough, or you're sort of buggered, Shearing sheds. No, I'll just try and wriggle it a bit. I'll just have to go forward and wriggle it a bit more. Bloody hell, Cove. Get it this time. We got it.
While he's made it to the shed, the challenge now will be getting back out. It's an exhausting job.
You've got to be pretty fit. If you're not fit, you'll get found out pretty quick.
And a risky one.
Sheep, to me, are more dangerous because you've got to be amongst them. I've been much more knocked around by sheep than cattle. Sheep are pretty cunning too,
Now he faces the toughest part, driving his truck across a minefield of sodden ground.
Yeah, f***ing wet.
And his truck's 20 tonnes heavier than when it arrived.
It's a bit of an obstacle course around here.
Getting bogged at his first stop of the day would be bad enough.
We'll just go straight up there and near that tree.
Yep. But if the ground gives way unevenly, Joey's truck could roll. Life and limb are at risk.
Haven't got stuck for ages.
Joey's going to need all the help he can get.
All sweet? Yeah, all good, mate. Oh, it'll be all right with that tractor in front. We hope. Yeah. Just worried now. Very worried. Yep, cool. Yep, we're in the shit. Yep.
Joey Greenwich is in the exact place he didn't want to be. Up to his wheel nuts in a thick, muddy bog.
Yeah, well, we took a punt and it didn't come off.
While he's putting a brave face on it, Joey's up to his neck in trouble. He prides himself on delivering, and every minute he's stuck is costing him time and money.
I don't know, you just never gain time in this world, you just lose it.
The problem is, the tractor in front isn't powerful enough to pull him free.
Yeah, it didn't quite sort of cut the mustard, So we're here.
Escape looks impossible.
You can't dig yourself out of this. You sneak it.
Joey needs a miracle. This 12-wheel, heavy-duty monster tractor could just be the answer to his prayers.
Well, if that doesn't pull us out with stuff. Yep. Just take it steady.
But even this brute can't drag the road train free. It's time for Plan B.
Oh, we're just going to pull it back a bit first. Don't really want to pull the bull bar off this truck.
The back of the truck is lighter. The hope is the tractor can get some momentum and pull Joey out. The plan seems to be working, but there's no telling what damage is being done underneath the truck.
Yeah, you can drag something off underneath, you know. You can rip the bloody fuel cost line off for your fuel or any bloody thing, you know. Out there, I reckon, mate. Hang on, mate. Hang on, whoa. This.
While he's out of the bog, Joey's right back where he started.
That'd be the fucking worst spot ever there. Yeah, I won't get through there, I think.
There's mud in all directions.
I reckon we're just going to have to take a putt and go that way.
All Joey can do now is set his wheels straight, cross his fingers, and hope the tractor can plough its way through.
Yeah, get into it.
While he might be out of the mud, now Joey needs to find out if the truck has survived the escape.
Well, just make sure nothing's off underneath. Fucking mud and shit everywhere. We'll get it off.
The news is good, but Joey's lost something just as precious: time.
Oh, if we weren't running late before, we are now.
After a second pickup, Joey Greenwich is en route to Esperance. He's covered hundreds of kilometres, bogged his road train to its axles, and loaded 750 sheep. But he's barely halfway through his journey. And just as he's getting ready to move, there's another crisis. 2 sheep have slipped and fallen. It's the most common cause of injury and death on trucks like this.
Trying to look after you and your mate. They don't be cranky, eh? They're just climbing all over the other one.
It's urgent Joey gets them back on their feet now.
Get this old girl around.
Once the truck is moving, any fallen sheep could be trampled.
She's just made of shit.
If Joey can't get them up, chances are they never will.
Why the hell are you doing that to your mate? Oh, for Christ's sake, sheep. Get up! It's just a stubborn old sheep. Oh, bloody hooray.
70 tonnes and 2,800 hooves are now firmly planted on the deck. Joey can get back underway. He urgently needs to make up time. But up ahead, a slow-moving car is blocking the way. Overtaking is always hazardous, made harder with a live load on board.
Oh, he's just sitting on a bit of an annoying speed.
Joey needs at least a kilometre of clear road before he can commit.
If it's safe up here, we'll try and get around.
It's a relief to be past. But suddenly, Joey spots something in the mirror. A sheep has slipped. It's not moving. Another sheep has fallen. It's barely moving. Joey needs to rescue her before she's trampled to death.
One old girl sort of laid down and then got a foot stuck out there. They're just big, fat and awkward, you know?
Fortunately, there's no injury and Joey can get moving. But it's more lost time. By the time he arrives in Esperance, it's pitch black. He's delivering to a farm he's only visited in daylight via a different entrance.
I was telling I overshoot it.
To help Joey, the farmers come out to meet him.
There's a tractor parked about 600 metres upwards. Can you see that?
Yeah, no, I can't see a thing.
Some of the sheep have been on board the truck all day. Joey's keen to give them some rest.
Well, there's never usually any signage or anything until you get right onto them.
I can see your lights keep coming, about a K to go.
Oh, bloody beautiful.
At last, he's made it and can start unloading. It's a stressful time for both trucker and farmer.
Normally you probably see a little bit of swearing in there, which has been quite mild this time. That's a pretty good indication everything's going well. Because normally it gets a bit heated if it gets too tough.
It's trapped between a movable floor and the wall of the trailer. If Joey puts any weight on the floor, he risks crushing the sheep even more.
I nearly got it, Troy. Yep, got a foot out. Now our other bloody feet are stuck there.
The only way he can reach it is from below. Joey has to crawl on his hands and knees in sheep excrement and try to lift the 70-kilo animal back onto her feet.
Yeah, got her.
Yeah, right. She's all clear.
Yeah, I've got to get out of here now.
The ewes have travelled magnificently, as you can see. They just look great. So credit to the guys with these big rigs shifting them around for us.
Everyone was happy and no casualties, and you're always happy when that happens. You sort of think, well, that's your job done, and they're there.